Whether you're a busy professional scrambling to look pulled together for back-to-back meetings, like I am at times, a college grad stepping into your first job, a new mom balancing it all, or a creative entrepreneur building a brand, you've been feeling it. Your closet is probably full, yet you feel like you have nothing to wear. The typical story we hear over and over again. And that daily disconnect, to be honest, it's a clue about your closet and your mindset, but it's totally fixable. Hi, I'm Maria, and this is your Closet Identity series, a 4-part classroom style deep dive into how to hack your wardrobe on a structural, emotional, and strategic level. It's no fluff, no unrealistic trend chasing, just real solutions grounded, simple to follow, style strategies, and a whole lot of guiding on my part for you. So as you can see, I have my little computer here today with me because, like I said, we will be looking at this together. I think the foundation of anything is if I cannot share my screen and show you, then it may as well not be real. All right. So over the course of this video, we're going to be solving block number 3. That's the style identity crisis. That's when your identity is shifted, but your clothes haven't really gotten the memo. You're probably wearing some old school pieces that worked in your past role, and now they maybe feel kind of costumey, kind of gimmicky. They don't fit with your daily life. Today, we'll diagnose why you feel uncomfortable, name exactly who you're stepping into and who you're becoming, and then take obviously life steps together to realign your wardrobe with your current and authentic self. Now, I say that because we are ever changing. Maybe every season you may change, maybe every year you may change, but your current self and authentic self right now should be acknowledged, and you should be dressing for that person. Now, obviously you notice me screen sharing as we walk through the Closet Identity Workbook. Now, we're gonna go to page, what is this? And I listed this page number 4. See, this is not optional. It's just the core of the journey. I'll reference the style reset quiz, which identifies those 4 blocks that I mentioned: identities, basics overload, repetition fatigue. Those are the other ones. If you haven't taken it, grab the link in the description. It's not required, okay? It's just highly recommended because it tells you exactly which block we're going to be solving, and we're going to be solving it in each of these videos, so that way you can follow along. But whether you've taken the quiz or not, by the end of this lesson, regardless, you have a clear understanding of why your closet feels off, a framework to define your new style identity, 3, a live walkthrough, okay, of the workbook, so you leave with a clear direction, and 4, a strategic calm foundation to start editing, remixing, shopping with intention, not impulse, okay? We've talked about this a lot. So let's get into it already. As you can see on the style archetype page, which is page number 4 here, it really helped me because I've been exactly where you are, right? A few years ago, I left my traditional corporate-esque job, right? And for months, I would show up to my new job, which is a little bit more creative, a little bit stiff, a little bit too casual, never really fit into the work culture, slightly because my clothes were still adapted to graduating, to my new and first career. And so a lot of that just didn't balance or didn't match. So working full-time, building a personal brand and teaching women how to align their purpose, write, create visual content while still having to go to board meetings. But my wardrobe was a mess. So I said, okay, I'm gonna sit down, and the style archetype that I'm showing you right now is exactly what came from the foundation of all of that, right? A lot of times, and you will hear me say this in videos a lot, I say that I am more of like an elevated minimalist person. That's where I find myself. That's where I like myself. That's where I like my style. That is an intentional thing because that's a thing that I had to explore and find for myself. Some people say, you know, I'm more like a romantic or soft dresser, right? Those are things that I have on this list because first thing you want to do out of the gate before you even get into anything is find the style words that fit your feeling and your mood right now as you want to get dressed. And what do I mean? Those are adjectives. Things like powerful. I want to feel powerful. I want to feel calm. I want to feel effortless. Those are the things that I have in the worksheet, right? You click or check 3 of this. So let's just go ahead and let's fill this out, right? I want to feel powerful. I always want to feel powerful, to be honest with you. I also want to be looking effortless, like I barely tried, but I want to look fancy. So today I want that for you. No more imposter syndrome when getting dressed. Let's move from survival dressing to signature presence realigned. When your clothes don't match who you are, you experience a subtle daily friction. It looks like you're putting together the same safe outfit on repeat, even though you own pieces that you love, but are too scared to wear, or just don't really have any idea on how to wear it. So maybe you avoid new events because you don't feel confident in your look, okay? The way that we are perceived is a big personality and style and confidence thing. And feeling maybe like your wardrobe is lying to people, doesn't say who you really are, it doesn't really matter. You just feel out of body when you're getting dressed. And that's block number 3. That's what we're talking about. This is the style identity crisis. Let me show you how to spot it in yourself, and then we'll fix it with the workbook tools, okay? Find 3 different adjectives. I put some examples there for you to kind of just help you out, but I'm gonna go ahead and fix it for you. Ask yourself, do you default to a version of yourself that's outdated? Have you ever bought something for maybe an old role or an old identity instead of your present life? Like, because this is what I've always worn, so I'm gonna keep wearing this. That's the kind of question I need you to be asking. Do you wear pieces that maybe you've outgrown professionally, but you just don't want to let them go? They're too tight. They don't really even fit your lifestyle. So why do you have them? If you say yes to any of those, we're in the identity crisis territory. And here is a typical collage, right? One side, maybe we have bold print statements, pieces, party wear. Remember, we just college, you transition into your career. That was where I was, right? The other side, you have your current life. Maybe you work from home more. Maybe you have hybrid meetings. Maybe you're more in person. Maybe you manage a toddler. Maybe you lead a creative team. That looks like a neutral tone, maybe with some splashes of color, elevated aspects to it, mood supporting structure. When the two don't really align, you end up feeling like you're playing dress up in the morning. And that is exhausting. That already makes your confidence for the day just like plummet, and there's no time. We don't have time for that. So remember that quiz. It asks questions like, does your wardrobe feel like a costume? Or what would your closet say if it had a voice? Are your clothes stuck in a past version of your life? You know, it asks questions that alluded to those things, because if the result style was identity crisis, then this video is your solution. But even if you haven't taken it, right now your brain might look, oh, that's me, I see it. That actually is me. I just answered some of those questions and it was like glaring yes. And the realization is the first step. So take a moment, think of your go-to comfort uniform. Does it say who you are now or who you were? Be honest with yourself. This is not a judgment zone, but that tension you feel, that's your growth. That's the tip you need to grow from, because that means your clothes maybe not be caught up with your life right now. Now, like I said, you are allowed to evolve. That is the point of this workbook. Due to me going through a lot of these myself. And, you know, if you haven't heard it, you're allowed to change. You are allowed to fix your opinions. You're allowed to change your opinions, change who you are. Your mindset can grow. You should not have a fixed mindset. You should have a growth mindset, meaning that you can take in new information, adapt it, and say, okay, I've now learned something new. And maybe some of the things that I thought have changed. That's growth. That's evolving as a person. So whether, you know, you're trying to show up for a Zoom or team meeting, a pitch deck, or a parent-teacher conference, or whatever your clothes may be reflecting the season that you are, it shouldn't be a survival suit, okay? Look at the style list. These are adjectives. They are not exhaustive. I did not put 100 adjectives on here. I gave you a couple just to kind of give you an idea of things that you may be feeling. These are typical moods and feelings that you may be feeling when you go to pick out clothes, right? Maybe you want to look fancy. Maybe you want to look powerful. Maybe you want to look effortless. Maybe you want to look precise. Maybe you want to look grounded. It's not exhaustive. That's why I have write down the 3 anchors at the bottom, because you could pick something else, for example. Because when you don't even evolve your wardrobe, you subconsciously send a message to yourself that who I was is more valid than who I am. And we want to validate who you are now. We got to release that weight. You're not inconsistent, you're becoming, you're growing, and your closet should help you move forward into the person that you are, not keep you anchored to the past. So, getting back to the workbook, I said personally for me, because I want to fill this out with you guys, you decide, right? I personally want to feel effortless, always want to feel effortless, clean. You know, I want to feel like, like my aesthetic, not lashes, clean, right? So this is what I want you to do. Open the workbook like I'm doing and work with me together. Now, I probably honestly want to feel powerful, maybe even intentional, but let's go precise. I want to feel intentional, precise, clean, but still looking good. Now, on this page, we're not just describing your style. We are describing the version of who you're trying to be expressed, right? This is kind of your north compass, your wardrobe compass. These are the feelings that you feel when you go into your closet and you are like, what do I want to feel today? What do I actually want to present to the world? These adjectives, these lists, it's not, again, there's so many adjectives out there. They're the anchor to how you want to feel and how you want to be perceived for that day. It could be powerful, calm, effortless. Like I just said, visionary, fluid, strong, fancy. It could be a million things, okay? These are just to kind of get you started on that. And then you see how we then take those anchors and it creates and it generates different moods and different aesthetic. We're not talking aesthetic as in Core's aesthetic, but choose 3 that give you that physical yes in your chest. Don't overthink it. Go with your gut. Write them down in the box. And then these are your new style guardrails. This may be seasonal. This may be, yearly. You can revisit this even weekly. You can say maybe it's every time I get dressed. I would recommend maybe more seasonal than not, because it kind of gives you time to reflect, but it could be colors, silhouettes, textures. All of these will get filtered down by these 3 anchors, okay? Now, let's look at a few examples. These are the sample archetypes that I've used in my own transformation. You may be 1 or a mix of 2 or maybe 3. I would recommend keeping it at 3, okay? And to be honest, you may be of none of these, and that is totally okay. These are just examples of adjectives and archetypes that could be generated from that. So let's say, for example, the grounded creative, that's the soft layers, the flexible pieces, the intentional contrast, right? We have the elevated minimalist, which I find myself falling into a lot, which I love, which are clean lines, neutral tones, sharp accessories. Even if I have colorful stuff, those fit into that. Soft power dresser, that's another one for me. I love a flowy but intentional look. Balanced but feminine, that is literally me in a person. So, you have strategic rebel, which is structure with fun, patterns within reason. We have the relaxed optimist, which is, your comfort, but your boss level, you still want to show up. Again, you might resonate with one today and then shift next season. The point is to articulate how you want your style to support you right now. It's not exhaustive. This is not everything in the world that you could combine together, but these are some that I've just seen over and over again. And I had that listed and I put it out for you, right? Here's where it gets real. I want you to grab 3 pieces from your closet. Don't overthink it. Just go with your most worn one, because we're going to go into the next page. Let's go to page number 5. I want you to go through 10 things in your closet. Just go with your most worn ones. Now ask yourself, which of these pieces make me feel the most like myself right now? Which ones feel like it belongs to a version of me that maybe I have overgrown? Which ones feel aspirational, like it's calling me into maybe who I want to become? And that's okay too, because that's real. Take notes in the reflection box on the workbook page. Those are the things here. So, you go in there and you write it out. What pieces make me feel right now, right? I love my tank tops are like, especially for summer right now, tank tops, high quality tank tops, love, 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 love. Can't do without some shorts, so I want you to, some white linen pants. Oh my God, I love me some white linen pants, guys, please. So things like that, fill it in. You've seen my closet clean out. You saw where I keep, alter, or release. I want you to go through that, right? So this is one of the most powerful wardrobe check-ins that you can do. And most women skip it for years. And when I say most women, I'm talking about myself as well, because I did skip it for years. And I do fashion online and you will still think, okay, she knows. But if you look at my closet clean out, I had a lot of stuff. I still think, honestly, I still have a lot of stuff, but I may do another clean out soon and we'll see how that fits into this one. But those are things that I go through. Am I keeping, alter, or releasing? And I talk about that in that video. You now have your 3 words. Perfect. Those 3 words are going to guide you maybe through your next purchase, maybe through your next season, maybe that's where you are right now for the next year. And at least every time you go to buy something in the purchase check section, it needs to align with your new identity, or whatever you want to wear should be aligning with your new identity. Your style identity is not about picking a new aesthetic every season. It's about filtering what to buy, what to keep, what to remix, and what to release. We just did that, remember? You should be doing it with me. So now I go back to the top and I remember, what were my 3 words? My 3 words were effortless, precise, and clean. Effortless, precise, clean. I like effortless, clean, intentional, but I think intentional, precise are very close. So I'll go effortless. I'm just gonna go fill this out here. All right. Let me just put this here. Effortless, precise, and clean. You should be filling yours out. Okay. Now, so next time you're purchasing, next time you're shopping, instead of asking, is this cute? Or what you really should be asking, does this feel effortless? Or does it feel like a performance? Does it feel effortless? First adjective we have, is it matching that? Is this silhouette clean? Or is it overly detailed? Is it precise? Can I style this in 3 ways with what I already own? Now, these are questions that are free. You no longer rely on what's trendy. You build a closet like a creative strategist, like a stylist, actually, because honestly, when you're doing this, you become your own stylist. And that's the goal. Let's build one look together. Based on my style and archetype words that I'm choosing today, which were, again, effortless, precise, and clean, I went with the neutral crop tee, my tank top. I love a simple cropped tank top. It's effortless. A high-waisted dark trousers, dark pants, black pants, clean. A bold but structured clutch, which actually is a bag that becomes a clutch alternative, intentional and precise. I know exactly what I'm wearing this for. So now you notice how this outfit is not loud, but it says something, and that something is, this is who I am today. That is what your outfit should be doing. That's it. That's literally what we just did here. That's what we're doing. Every time you want to make a purchase, did this match at least 2 of my 3 style words? It should be a yes. If it is yes, what words are they? Again, you could swap out words. I feel more this now over this, but it helps you from slipping into chaos or confusion. That's the point. Now that you know your direction, you don't need to reinvent your closet every season. Instead of chasing the aesthetic of the month, redefine or refine what actually works for you. I want you to set a calendar reminder. I want you to do this seasonally to redo your mirror check. Ask, is this piece aligned with my style identity words? Those words that I picked, am I online? Am I on track? And your closet should be growing with you. The words may change every season, it may change every year, they may change with every new job, but you should have some words picked out. And this one is simple. If it doesn't match 2 of the 3 style words, whenever you're making a purchase, like I have right here, does it match? Yes or no? Then you don't buy it. 2 of 3, meaning that it's at least gonna fit some things that is aesthetically going to fit your life right now. And if it is matching a yes, okay, perfect. Which 2? Ideally 3, but which 2 am I going with, right? So today we solved block number 3. That is your style and identity crisis. You now have the tools to reconnect your current identity, define your visual style language, and filter your wardrobe through clarity and not confusion. Most importantly, you've taken the first step towards dressing like the version of who you are evolving into. Don't forget to finish page number 4 and 5 of the Style Identity Workbook. Trust me, take the Style Reset quiz if you haven't done so already, and comment your style words or quiz results below. I'd love to hear what you came up with. In the next episode, we'll solve block number 2, which is closet overload. I have too many clothes and nothing to wear feeling. I'll show you my framework for a no tears closet detox and a remix test that helps you get more from what you currently own. Because it's not about buying, it's about intentional purchases, intentional closet, and intentional dressing. Your style doesn't need to be louder, it just really needs to feel true to you. And until next time, I'll see you in part number 2. Bye.